You know when you don't sleep? Hi, everybody. Russ Kane. Welcome to the Midday Show. You know, sometimes you just can't sleep. And last night, I ended up, this is absolutely true. I ended up last night sitting on my laptop till about 5:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. I went to bed, got up, went to bed, got up, and deleted something like 75,000 files off my laptop. Boy, oh boy. It's a ghastly walk through life, isn't it, eh? It's just a walk through life. Anyway, I hope you're well. He's here. And if he drops his camera just a little bit, it'll be even better. He is our fearless theatre critic, a man who shoots from the hip, a man who won't even be swayed in his opinion by several gins and tonic, Jonathan Baz.
Lovely. Hopefully my camera has been dropped a little bit appropriately.
Oh, lovely. I can't tell you how lovely it is. And I want to do the other thing now. Hang on, that's not right. I don't want to do that.
No, I've gone. I've disappeared. Now I'm back.
I want to do it the other way around. Hang on. Oh, this is all stupid. Carry on. You carry on, fella.
You've been deleting too many pictures. You've deleted me.
75,000 of them. No pictures. And Julie Voice, formerly of Houston, Texas, now of Guildford, Surrey. Anyway, right. What have you seen, fella? What's going on? We need the scoops.
It's good to be back. It's been a while.
But
the side hustle has kept me occupied for a little bit.
It's almost like you have a proper company and a huge empire to run, which
I couldn't possibly
say. Before we start, Mister, we lost a giant of theatre this week.
Indeed.
I don't know if you ever met him, but he looked.
I didn't meet him.
You did or you didn't?
No, I didn't. No.
All right. He was so kind to me when I was starting out. His name was Paul Elliott. He was the king of pantos. He put the first big, £1 million+ box office pantos on, which I was thrilled to be a part of. A great guy, died, I think he was 84. Much loved in the industry, a huge personality, a colossus. So we pay tribute.
No, I've heard his name spoken of over the years. And I can only. Sorry, I'm trying to get the box of tissues disconnected from the 75,000 pictures you deleted.
No, it wasn't pictures. It was the files.
Oh, the files.
It was
Fair
everything.
Enough. Anyway. No, indeed, a very sad loss.
And amazing man.
And a massive contribution to where pantomime has gone as a form in the United Kingdom.
And the theatre that you go and review, not just. I mean, he really was the all-rounder. Anyway,
so a handful of shows to talk about today. The first of which really segues in so nicely with what with this being the midday show and all.
Yes.
To have a show playing in the West End called High Noon.
Oh yes,
a showdown between two sworn enemies. Could be you and me, Russ. And
it's only when you suddenly get paralysis when the bill comes when we're in Pizza Hut or Nando's.
Yeah. Sorry, Bill. What is this thing of which you speak? Anyway. So High Noon opened a couple of weeks ago at the Harold Pinter Theatre, formerly the Comedy Theatre in Panton Street. Now, you and I have seen some or at least one fabulous transition of screen to stage when you and I went to see Back to the Future. A few years ago.
I had no expectations. I was blown away. It's absolutely brilliant.
It can be done.
Yeah.
But it ain't been done on this occasion, unfortunately. Eric Roth, a gifted screenwriter, Forrest Gump, etc. to his name.
Bloody
taken the movie. Carl Foreman's classic, directed by Fred Zinnemann, back in the 1950s. And a great in its time political allegory, McCarthyism, etc. and condensed it into the stage. It runs a little longer than the movie, which is also unfortunate. And Billy Crudup and Denise Gough play the newlyweds. Right. He, of course, is the town's marshal, who learns to his disquiet that a criminal who he'd put away and who should have been hung has in fact been sprung from jail and is on the train due to arrive in this town at noon, out to settle some scores.
Can I just ask a quick question? Please tell me it's not a musical. They haven't made it a musical. Because no, you said Back to the Future and they made that a musical and it really worked.
I agree.
Thinking, please don't make this a musical.
No, High Noon. Well, to be fair, it's got at least one or two good songs in the movie. Well, You're My Darling on this wedding day. Good Lord, is that the first duet we've ever done live?
It is, but I feel an album coming out for Christmas. We've got 12 months.
Good, lovely. Well, okay. I'll restrain my inappropriateness. I mean, bonkersly. You said it's not a musical, and it is not a musical. But Eric Roth chooses to pepper his script not just with that particular brilliant song from the movie, but Ry Cooder and Bruce Springsteen pop up from time to time. Now, you know, Ry Cooder, genius. Springsteen, another genius. And Fred Zimmerman, Carl Foreman, who made the movie, also geniuses. Fuse them together, and it's a bit of a unpleasant soup culturally. So that, in terms of reference to the musical angle, look, if you want to go, if you're interested in to see how the writing can translate,
how the West was lost could be a new film.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You can have that in your review. Go on.
Thank you. It's
a
bit late. It's a bit late for that.
You can edit it.
I don't know. No, the closing shot on my review was, if there is to be a trend of translating westerns from the screen to the stage, I'd love to see Blazing Saddles, the musical. To be honest,
that's going to happen.
That I would pay good money to go and see. He's done it with the producers. He's put that on stage. Why can't Mel Brooks Blazing Saddles?
No.
You know, the producers does manage to offend every minority group on the planet, almost every minority. You know, which is what theatre is all about. So I'd like to see if there's a real life producer out there that's got the
Andy Nyman would be your man. I'll speak to Andy Nyman.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to think who would be the sheriff.
Oh, I know who would love to play it. I've got his name.
Go on.
No, I can't stand.
That's a long list of people.
It is. No. Oh, what's his name? Premier Inn bloke.
Oh yeah, Lenny Henry.
Oh, Lenny, can you imagine? Lenny Henry be outside with a placard every night.
No. We're talking about someone needs to be on stage as the sheriff.
No, I know, but you'd offer the part to Lenny Henry, and he'd go, "Whoa, I'm going to be outside with my placard."
So Denise Gough plays the wife.
Why do we know her? The name's familiar. Why do we know her?
So I mean, to be honest, her stage genius that I've seen was in People, Places, Things. Which is a brilliant study about the ghastliness of addiction and its impact on mental health. I did.
I did. That. It was heavy going.
I did. It was heavy going. Outstandingly brilliant theatre. Here, to be honest, and this might be no fault of her own, but her character is ridiculously two-dimensional. Her performance, not much more. And the beauty of the film is it's telling its story through drama, photography, and perfectly placed understatement. Here, it all needs to be a little bit more in your face. What's particularly annoying, and I can see why producers do it, they're looking at their costs and their budgets. You've got members of the cast, the company, who double up in 2 or 3 roles. In some instances, that means a man who's playing, in one instance, the judge or the town's justice, also then shows up as the ultimate bad guy, ready to gun Billy Crudup down. I'm sorry that yes, by all means, double up where it's necessary, but where there are key roles, even if that key role only comes on at the end of the show, you need to think very carefully about how that's played out on stage. And for me, that was a distraction.
Because otherwise, you're sitting there going, "Wasn't that the judge?"
Oh yeah.
20 minutes ago, that drives me nuts.
Basically, yes. Yeah. The set design is by a chappie called Tim Hackley, who I have to say usually is a bit of a genius. Here,
I'm hearing
there is a but. There's a big. Oh, you're talking to me, so it's a big but. Here there's lots of wooden slatted screens that slide around to suggest different rooms that all end up looking the same. His portrayal of the arrival of the midday train is spectacular, with tons and tons of steam and a big bright light that comes sliding through the stage, and that is quite glorious. And it made me wish that he'd done something as wow factor, because he also is responsible for the stage design of Starlight Express that's currently playing out at Wembley Park. So the design is everything about this show could be better. Frankly, I don't think it should have been born in the first place. I don't think it's a stage translation that has worked hugely well.
Very brave to do a Western.
Yeah.
Unless it's kind of new. And when you take something that is so utterly iconic as High Noon, considered one of the greatest Westerns of all time, you think, well, I don't know, my thinking would be, what am I going to do to improve it or to make it different? So with Back to the Future, which is a fabulous romp, I don't know how they came up with it. It's just fantastic. It works wonderfully well.
They tweaked it a bit. They wrote some more songs, which is what a musical needs, obviously, because it was a musical. They tweaked it. They lobbed in. They threw millions at it for the special effects. So they didn't cut any corners at all.
No, it's all there
in Back to the Future. Here, they've cut corners on the cast. I don't think the script is brilliant. There's a political comment that they try to bring in that shoves it possibly to the left of the spectrum, which was where the play's roots are, given that Carl Foreman was a victim of McCarthyism, witch hunting and all that stuff. So its roots are on the left, but when they're portraying the Marshal in his very complicated journey through the play, when they're portraying the Marshal as, well, to be fair, he did clear up the town of crime, and before this guy came in, the place was a cesspit, and he's made it so much better. And to be honest, that smacks to me of what Rudy Giuliani achieved in New York a few decades ago, where Times Square, 42nd Street were cleaned up from being absolute
windows, the broken
indeed
windows,
broken windows, zero tolerance
and broken windows.
Zero tolerance. I remember Giuliani speaking about how they arrested a guy for paying his token in to go on the subway. What was it? A 60-cent fee. He got arrested for that. They tracked him down through his fingerprint from jumping the barrier on the subway. They tracked him down to a rape. That was through zero tolerance. Giuliani does not sit on the left of the political spectrum. And it seems to me that there's a little bit of a backfiring in the political message that this particular production was trying to achieve, in terms of how it comes across. So, yeah, look, I'm sure there are tickets that are available at a reasonable price for it. I'm sure there are. And if you fancy being, going to see it, it is a night at the theatre. But in my opinion, it's not a brilliant night at the theatre by any means. And I don't think the original material has been treated with appropriate artistic respect.
That's such an interesting phrase, isn't it? And we could talk about that for hours. We won't because of time constraints. But that is so true. If you're going to do something like that, you look at the source material and you do treat it with the respect that it deserves. You can't just treat it.
You know,
as
Eric Roth is no fool. He's got a
No, of course
fantastic
not.
track
Of course
record
not.
behind him. But yeah, this doesn't land. I'm humming and hawing. Do I go to the excellence or do I go to the, you know what? Let's stick a bit of excellence in the middle of the three shows I'm talking about,
Make it an
and let's talk
excellent
about
sandwich.
Cirque du Soleil at the Royal Albert Hall,
Oh, you
which
went?
is I went. It's never.
Ooh.
I'm
I've never seen
sorry.
it. Never
Yeah,
seen
and I'm
it.
sorry. Mrs. Baz was in front of you at the queue for the +1, so I do
Unbelievable. I'm gonna have a
apologise.
word with that woman.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm having a word.
The tickets are never cheap, but to be fair, when you look at this show and its cast of 50 and the rigging that they put up in the Albert Hall and the size of the crew that has to make such a show work, to some extent, this is one show where I would say you can see where your money is being spent. The show in this instance is called, I believe it's pronounced OVO, OVO. And each of the Cirque du Soleil shows every year comes with a different theme. This one is the theme of the insect world. And it's bugs and creepy crawlies, which of course is all just different ways of allowing Cirque du Soleil's brilliant performers to demonstrate their outstanding circus skills. And there is contortionists. There are people who juggle ridiculously using their feet. There's a high wire trapeze sets of artistry. Ultimately, there are only so many things the human body can do. Cirque du Soleil generally display all of these aspects of physical genius, albeit wrapped up in different artistic styles every single time. There are, crickets and grasshoppers, which are these guys jumping off a tower almost to the height of the Royal Albert Hall organ. Think of the top pipes of the organ. They jump off that. They land on a trampoline mat. And they basically bounce back up to the top again. Clinging onto the wall like crickets. So that's the insect manifestation that you're getting there. It is just breathtaking.
Does the place go wild? Does it go mad?
Yeah, it does. It does. There's a little bit of clownery in there as well. And the clownery is excellent because the cast is international. So, of course, it's all mime and noises. There's no dialogue whatsoever. And the clowning works extremely well. So if you're taking little ones with you, their eyes will pop out of their heads at the circus skills and they'll have a laugh at the silly clowns, etc. The clowning is terrific. So Cirque du Soleil remains, as ever, a 5-star production. Take a look at, there are some days in its run. I think it runs up until and just beyond the February half term, possibly. I can look, bear with me, I will look at its exact dates and tell you when
you're doing that. I've seen clips on YouTube, of course, over the years, and I sit there going, I have the same thought every time. That's not humanly possible. How are they doing that?
Yep. How? The 1st of March, it runs until. And like I say, go take a look on the website, see what tickets are available. If circus is your thing, obviously, but the quality of the production, you just cannot fault it. It's exquisitely thought out, exquisitely performed, lavishly financed. That's it. Not all shows come with.
What does a ticket cost?
I think the cheaper end of the ticket still starts north of 50 quid.
Right.
And don't ask me because I haven't got the prices in front of me.
No. But I mean, are they Julian Clary Panto?
Yeah, you could be looking at 3 figures per ticket for a really good view of what's going on. Like I say, it ain't cheap, but at least you can see where your money is being spent. It's not on for a huge time in London. They've got to cover their costs while they're here. It is a massive cast.
Do they take
you
it
know,
around the world? I think that presumably they do.
yeah,
Don't they?
OBE, yeah, it tours. It's off to various places in Europe. It's got, it's got a relatively long residency in London of 6 weeks or so.
Oh, so-
Other places it rocks up for a week here and there. Um, it's just class. The only way
yeah.
to describe it. It's class. If you like circus, if you don't like circus, don't go. If you do like circus, it's classy.
If you don't like, what's it about? It's a circus. Okay, I
Yeah,
don't like circus, so don't go. So
yeah,
kind of,
that's it. Save your
that's
money.
how it works.
But you can see, like I say, you can see where every penny. Well, you can't see where every penny goes, but you get the drift. Massive cast, massive production values. Good, 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 good.
See, Ian, I'm going to take umbrella. I'm going to put this up, Jonathan. I don't normally put, because I know that this goes out on all of your social medias, so I don't put messages up. So don't be offended. I just don't, because I edit this for Jonathan. But this is from Ian in Surbiton. And I think you're slightly, I'm differing with your opinion, Ian, because if this was some twerp who'd written High Noon, I agree with you. But it isn't. These are people with a terrific track record.
Yeah, I agree with you, Russ. And to be honest, I disagree with Ian, because to say Eric Roth is a modern nobody is not true.
No,
okay, Eric Roth has written genius for the screen in his own way. So whether he has the skill to do something for the stage is a different matter, because stage is very, very different. Screen, and one day we could actually have a long conversation about this, because personally, I think it's quite interesting. Screen is all about the close-up, as well as the drama, and of course taking you from a visuals and an effects perspective to places that the stage can't get close to. So screen has its own works of genius, if played well, that attaches to it. Theatre is not about the close-up. Theatre is about the impact of that tableau, that stage that you can see in front of you. And it's interesting. It's something that I find, and I may have said this before, I don't know, about when you see something live streamed, where the National, for example,
it's absolutely, it looks awful. I can never watch it, because everybody is shouting, and you go, "Why are you?"
Sometimes, okay, Ian, thank you for your apology. It's. For me, it was summed up in a particular Shakespearean production that I saw, which I had to go and see on live streaming, because this was years ago, before I was reviewing. It was Ian Holm in King Lear at the Donmar Warehouse, which is a tiny theatre, and tickets were going on the black market for £1,000 a pop.
Good God!
And they were getting that as well, and it was a stunning
the bit
King
where
Lear.
the alien leaps out of his chest.
Indeed.
Oh, no,
well, to be fair, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. He was a robot. He didn't have a chest.
Metaphors. It was nearly a brilliant gag.
If you're gonna, and it crashed.
So close.
Yes. I think something burst out the chest of that gag, to be honest. Left it twitching on the ground.
Thank you.
Though interesting, one day we'll have to tell you about my conversation with Ridley Scott about filming that very, very scene. But anyway, Ian Holm was King Lear, where he played a human creature, albeit fictional, rather than a robot. And I couldn't get tickets, went to see it streamed. And there are various bits of dialogue where I want to see not only the person who's giving the speech, but also the effect of his family members to whom he's saying that particular speech. King Lear is giving a particular speech. And all the camera was doing was focusing on King Lear giving the speech. That's because what the director chose to do, sitting in his production van outside the theatre, pulling the live stream together. And it just doesn't work, because when you sit in the theatre, you can look at the face of the person seeing it, saying it. You can look at the faces of the people who are having to listen to the horrible words that Daddy is saying in this instance. So for me, look, live streaming does a job, because otherwise me and thousands of other people wouldn't have seen Ian Holm at all. But it ain't the same. Screen and stage are very, very different genres. And, you need an expert on screen, such as Chantal, who can come along and talk about how good that is.
Even when they do something like, I don't know, the Royal Variety Show, right? And they take excerpts from shows and they put on like a scene, right? Because it promotes the show, blah, 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 blah. Never looks right.
Yeah.
It just looks odd, because the balance and the sound and the way the performers are on stage is so different to how you'd be on film or television. Anyway, right, one more to go, I believe.
Finally, Esther.
And finally, Esther.
Oh yeah, you get the voice.
Potato shaped like a penis. Thank you for Mrs. Crosswaite of Inverness for sending it in. And then Esther goes, oh, I'm so shocked. Why was it in the rehearsal?
Anyway,
Yeah.
right, listen, my time is running out.
No, you've got time. You're fine.
So, Mrs. President, which opened this week at the Charing Cross Theatre, which now means that within spitting distance of Trafalgar Square, there are currently 2 shows about Mary Todd Lincoln. You've got Oh Mary playing at the
I'm going mad because I use the tube a lot and I can see the posters when I'm on the escalators. And
you've got Oh Mary.
Yeah.
And you've got Mrs. President playing at the Charing Cross Theatre underneath the arches just off Villiers Street, just around the corner, about Mary Todd Lincoln. And whereas Oh Mary is an outstanding zany comedy, Mrs. President is a work of sort of fiction structured around Mary Todd Lincoln's life. It's an interesting piece, but I've got to be honest, this isn't a work of fiction. This is an authorized biography of Mary Todd Lincoln. I kid you not, because on you reading the program notes, the writer, a chappie called John Ransom Phillips, who up until writing this play was an artist, oil on canvas, and some may argue he should probably stick to oil on canvas rather than ink on paper. But he said that, and this is, I'm quoting from the program, that John Ransom Phillips had heard her, and he refers to Mrs. Lincoln, and quote, she said, "I want you to tell my story." So this is the authorized biography. Either Ransom Phillips, if he's hearing voices, is possibly suffering from a mental affliction, possibly, it's not for me to say, but he's hearing the voice, or alternatively, and I'm not one to judge, he is possibly gifted with a truly remarkable access into the minds of the wives of American presidents, who only he knows whether that's true.
Hang on. He's modern day, this guy, right?
This guy, oh yeah, he's alive and kicking.
She died,
well, not long after Lincoln. I think 20 years after Lincoln was assassinated.
So 18. Well,
something.
So he's saying, "Ooh,
she spoke to him.
Hello, Doris Stokes. Not once, if you're there, I'm going to write a play." What a load of bollocks!
Well, that's very harsh, Russ. Sorry, mate. Have you met the bloke? Do you know that he's got a connection through to the hereafter?
Oh, please, come on.
No, I'm sorry. I can't. It's not for me to challenge to say that he's telling an untruth.
Please.
I can only speculate that he's either not well, he is truly gifted.
Be a medium. He could be Mystic Meg.
So I'm not going to use such expletives. I'd never use such.
Well, language. I'm just a bit. It's like. I'll tell you why I explode. Like I said that. I'll tell you why. Because going to the theatre, as we discuss a lot, it's not an impulse decision anymore. Like it is in LA. What are you doing tonight? Nothing. Oh, let's go and see so. Okay. But in England, everyone books weeks, if not months ahead, right? It's a big deal. It's expensive. And if the premise is that the writer was somehow psychically connected to a long dead president's wife who said, "Please write this play," you kind of lost me at the first hurdle. Got to be honest.
You're so cynical.
No,
Mr.
I'm just
Kane.
honest. I've got to spend my time wisely.
So the premise of this play, is that Mrs. Lincoln, who I have to say is played fantastically, absolutely fantastically, because in real life, Mary Todd Lincoln went through an awful lot of grief. She lost 3 of her 4 children. Oof. And of course, she had to witness her husband's assassination. And in her latter years, her surviving child committed her to an institution.
Really?
Yes, really. So her life was tragic. The play looks at that tragedy. Kiala Settle plays Mary Todd Lincoln. Kiala Settle, if that name does not mean anything to you, if you ever saw The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman, she is
Musical.
most famous for leading "This Is Me," quite a strong song. If that meant if you ever if people are trying to place Keala Settle,
Okay.
that's who she is.
All right.
Brilliant performer.
Excellent.
And her work, it justifies this. It's at the Charing Cross Theatre. It's not high-end West End tickets by any means.
Oh, good.
It's affordable ticketry.
Is there you see, just like the High Noon thing, is there a purpose for this?
Well, look, hang on. How dare you? How dare you? John Ransom Phillips has been called to write this play. Called by Mrs. Lincoln herself.
I'll play along.
So that is the purpose.
Okay.
That is the purpose.
The misted veils have parted. She has come through.
The play plays out. It plays out in the photographer's studio of photographer Matthew Brady. He is to be honest, I've not heard of him, but that's my ignorance.
There's a story about Matthew Brady. He takes pictures of presidents from past.
Jesus, wow.
I work with one of the girls from the Brady Bunch.
Yes, okay. Matthew the
Brady Bunch is in this play now.
Don't call us. Anyway, Matthew, for heaven's sake, as he quickly reaches for a pronounceable expletive, for heaven's sake, Matthew Brady was a real-life photographer, famous for the Civil War photography.
Okay.
Also, he captured the picture of Abe Lincoln that adorns the $5 bill in United States currency.
Okay, that's cool.
And the play takes place in his studio, and a chap called Hal Fowler does a very good turn as Matthew Brady. The play is a two-hander, and it's the dialogue, the interaction between the two of them over the course of this 80-minute no-interval piece, in which Mary Lincoln takes us through her journey, and he, as the photographer, effectively catalyzes aspects of that story being told. It's an imaginative play. Written better, it could have been brilliant. As it is, it's too jerky. It jumps from here to there.
Is that the problem? Is it the chronological aspect?
No, it's untidy. Ransom Phillips is clearly, aside from being a gifted medium and not bad artistry or artist of the painted picture, he's not sophisticated enough to tell a story that works on stage. So it's clunky.
You know what it is, JB? He needed, joking aside, you see this stuff, you think, this is a really good idea. Now hand it over. Let me write the skeleton script and then send it over to someone who really is a proper theatrical writer, and they will make it into a proper 80-minute theatrical piece. That's what it requires.
Quite possibly.
Ian's got a very interesting point. And thank you, Francois. Merci beaucoup. Matthew Brady's photos of Custer.
Brady is a celebrated photographer, so you should really wash your mouth out from your Brady Bunch sing-along that you.
Come on, the Brady Bunch was great.
I agree with you, but there's a time. Now, okay, maybe we could work on the Brady Bunch the musical. Now you're talking. You heard it here first. But as I say, Keala Settle is worth the price of the ticket.
Okay.
Her performance is stunning and moving.
Good for her.
So that's good. And for me, if John Ransom Phillips really is this well connected, and who says the president's wife
afterlife?
Well, who knows? Maybe it could just be presidents' wives, because I want to hear his take on Jill Biden. I want to know what Jill Biden has said to him, and possibly Michelle Obama.
Unfortunately, they're
I'd
both
be interested.
I'd be interested at the time of recording.
No, you're assuming he's linked to the dead ones.
Oh, I see.
I'm questioning maybe his connection is to if you've been a first lady.
He wrote. You see, you're wrong. He wrote a stage show about Michelle Obama. It's called Magic Mike.
I'm not going to take that bait. But on that note,
threw it out into the water. I was
indeed,
so
and I let it land splat.
I was so hoping you'd bite. Jonathan, bless you. So that's one great thing, which is Cirque du Soleil, which never disappoints. High Noon,
Mrs. President, which is You know,
Okay.
she is fantastic.
She's great. So maybe go see a good performance.
High Noon, if there's a bargain on the tickets, yeah, go and see it. But all in all, a little bit of a disappointment.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
We will see you in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks, all being well. Indeed.
Absolutely. As always, thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure. Bye-bye.
It really is great. Bye. Jonathan, I love Jonathan Baz because he tells it like it is. And even if all the other papers are like raving about something, not in that particular trio of shows, he'll say, no, I don't agree. Or even if they are slating something, he goes, no, this is why it's good. Speaking of things good, you know her. You love her. Second only to Françoise Pascal in the stakes. God. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, gang. Never do a show when you've had about half an hour's sleep because you had complete insomnia. Chantal Rickards OBE.
Good morning. Why didn't you sleep?
I couldn't sleep. I got too much on my mind.
Oh, God.
And I couldn't sleep. So you know what? I got up and I completely defragmented and got rid of something like 100,000 different files on my laptop.
I know. I heard you say that.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I couldn't believe the numbers of hundreds of, just thousands and tens of thousands of stuff. Yeah, got rid of it. I put it all on a hard drive. I put it all on a hard drive. Say that again. I'm so sorry.
Do you feel better for it? Do you feel cleansed?
I feel. Do you know what? I do feel cleansed. It's a weird thing. But it's like there was a lot of stuff in there which I thought was bad. What's the word I'm looking for? Françoise Pascal could tell me, like bad vibes, bad
karma.
Memories, bad karma. And they are consigned to the recycling bin where they totally belong.
That's where they should be.
Absolutely. How are you? That's the main important thing.
Yeah, I'm very well. I've got my own computer at my own desk in my own home.
This is unbelievable.
Yes, and
so you're not in China, you're not in the Middle East,
not in
you're
China,
not in America,
not in the office.
Wow, you're not in Wales.
No,
now,
no.
I've got to say something. Hold there. Don't go away. Don't go away.
Okay, I know. I'm still here.
Now, you very kindly, when I last saw you,
yes,
gave me this.
Ah,
right, which is Cornish ware, and I have been using. I was going to keep it, and I thought, what that, I could get run over tomorrow. Who the bloody hell knows? Especially with all the funerals I'm doing. You see death a bit close up. I've done 3 this week, 3 in 4 days. So I've been using your fabulous Cornish ware mug, and I'm going to say it on air so everybody knows. The most comfortable, fabulous mug. It's just freaking genius. The grip. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my go-to mug. I adore it. Thank you so much. And please tell, it's your brother, right? It's your brother.
Charlie, my brother. Yeah.
It's Charlie. We tell him he's a freaking genius because the design is just lovely.
Well, the design is 100 years old. So
I don't care. He's a genius. I'm trying to big him up, for God's sake. Look.
No, Charlie didn't come up with a design, but he did buy the business from the administrator about 10 years ago.
You see, this is the thing. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous product. And you got the administrators in. What the hell?
Yeah,
really beautiful, really, really beautiful. It makes it's one of those things. It's why I use a fountain pen. I've gone back to fountain pens. If you're going to use something all the time and it gives you that little bit of extra pleasure, that's what I do. So I use my fountain pens.
Yeah,
you might think completely stupid, but it's a pleasurable. Yeah, we've got the same bloody pen.
I know we have. I've got 3.
The Lamy Safari.
Hang on.
I've got
3 here by my desk.
I've got 2. Look at that. The Lamy. This is ridiculous. If you want to go back to fountain pens, just give them a try.
Lamy pens are wonderful.
Lamy Safari, absolutely bloody brilliant.
They are
brilliant. They're not expensive and they write. My other favourite pen.
Oh, have you got a Mont Blanc?
No, I've got 2 Mont Blancs. I lost all my Mont Blancs. They fell out my pocket. I lost the beautiful Meisterstück fountain pen, pencil, and biro. Bit by bit, I've got the biro and the rollerball back. It took me 10 years. This is made by American veterans. All right, That's a bullet. That's a genuine bullet at the front.
Wow.
This is wood, beautiful turned wood. That, I don't know if you can see it, folks. That's a rifle, which
Oh
is
my
the clip,
God.
and it has a bolt action like an old-fashioned gun.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's just gorgeous, and I bought it because I wanted to support the American vets who, I don't mean the dog vets, I mean the veterans who make this thing. It's just a work of art. It's just lovely.
Oh, how
Anyway, there we
lovely.
are. Right,
Okay.
what's come across your purview?
Well, I was listening to you and Jonathan chatting about Mrs. President, which made me think I hadn't really prepared anything on.
Oh, good. No, we can freeform.
No, I prepared a lot of things, but I hadn't prepared anything on Melania.
Oh, Melania.
Of course, she is sort of Mrs. President. She's not quite Mrs.
Well, she
President.
is Mrs. President.
She's sort of Mrs. President. And the Melania film, the documentary film, comes out today. Now, I know I heard somebody on radio 2 days ago saying they had one ticket booked for Islington tonight.
Well, that's the wrong place to go. Islington, bloody hell, the independent communist central capital of Europe. Don't do it in Islington, for God's sake. I love Melania. I think she's gorgeous, but that's just me.
Do you? Okay.
Love her.
Yes. Well, whatever you think, it's sort of interesting. It is the ultimate branded content, which is she's been the executive producer. It is her truth. It is her documentary. Just to give you an idea of how much documentaries cost, in case you don't know, you probably know this, but just for
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Well,
give me anything.
The most expensive documentaries in the world, say like Planet Earth, that probably costs around $2 million an episode. Okay?
You've got to pay the animals, right?
This is $40 million.
How much?
$40 million. And it was shot over 4 weeks. So if you think Planet Earth is shot over about 40 weeks, if not more, years. Some of the Planet Earth.
It probably takes years to do Planet Earth, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it was a 4-week filming period, which basically defines how much your program is really going to cost. Because, and if you've only really got one person in it, then you're sort of limited in terms of what is actually physically going into that documentary film. So those 90-minute documentary films cost $40 million.
$40 million. I could have done it for like 50 quid.
And certainly in the old days, you never would have paid anybody to appear in a documentary because it was felt that it was a sort of news-related thing. And just like
they paid her.
Well, who knows is the simple answer.
I'll ask the Donald. I'm seeing him later.
Amazon. Ask Donald. Amazon has paid $40 million for this. Now, clearly, most of that has not gone on production. It just physically, you couldn't.
I think it's gone on Jeff Bezos' plastic surgeon wife. Probably.
Well, I think he wants to keep him with Donald Trump. But anyway, apparently she said she took it right to the streamers.
You think?
I know. And Bezos bought it for $40 million. So I just thought I would just mention it. There are posters everywhere. And they've spent half as much again. I think about $35 million they've spent on promotion.
Oh, the marketing, God. Holy God.
I was down in Deeper Streatham last night, and there were literally bus sides, posters, big, sort of extraordinary amounts of publicity. I thought this is just sort of Deeper Streatham. I'm not sure how much.
For 17 quid, we could do a whole documentary about Keir Starmer's wife.
Well, we probably could. And actually,
change 17 quid and get change back, and I could go to BAFTA and have a couple of drinks.
Right, before I forget, this is a little bit of information to the rest of the world because Toy Story next week is 40 years old.
Is it?
Would you like to come and see it again at a screening at BAFTA on Tuesday night?
I have my diary in front of me.
Okay.
But using my Lammy Safari, I shall make a note now and put a Tuesday night. You carry on.
Yeah, I probably haven't seen a Toy Story for 40 years, but they're making a big fuss about the 40th anniversary.
Were you there as a child?
It'll be on somewhere. No, not quite.
You were there as a little tiny child.
If only. Anyway, so we've talked about Melania. So I'm not going to go and.
What is it? It follows her around. What does it do? What does it say?
It's about her. It's about the 20 days, which is why I know it was shot over 20 days.
Mhm.
It's the 20 days leading up to the second inauguration. And I think it's
Oh, I
sort of,
see. Okay.
it's going to talk about her fashion. It's going to talk about how she gets on with her husband, who she calls Mr. President. She doesn't call him Donald. She calls him Mr. President, which is a
As she should.
No, that's
God,
weird. No,
Mr.
that's
President,
weird.
Mr. President, are you going to leave the cushions like that, or do
No.
I have to fix them again?
It's completely
Either.
weird.
Of course
Anyway,
it's
she is writing her own history. And for the, half a dozen people who are going to watch this documentary, I'm sure they will get some enjoyment out of it. But the box office predictions
is
are
dire.
so bad.
But
they're
releasing it in the cinema.
Yes, it's in the
Oh,
cinema.
they're mad. That's mental. Sorry, that's completely mental.
But and Amazon. But
Amazon,
you can
I get
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
because
But the whole idea is if you want to be entered for Oscars and BAFTAs and all of that sort of stuff, it's got to have a cinematic release because otherwise you can't enter
it's
it.
like homology. I can never say the word when they brought out certain cars because then they could race them in rally.
Oh, okay.
That's why they had to bring them out. So in other words, if they had a road-going version of, I don't know, the Lancia Integrale, right? If they had a road-going version of that, then they could race it in the Monte Carlo Rally or Pickett Rally.
Okay.
That's why they did it. Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to have it's got to be a minimum run. You can't make one, sell it to Fred Smith in Croydon and go, hey, yeah, we did. No, I mean, you got to have it can be a short run, but like with the Subaru Imprezas and the Evo 8s and 9s and stuff like that.
Anyway,
not that I'm a devout petrol head in any way.
No, indeed. But this documentary is already controversial because it's been directed by a guy who made the Rush Hour movies, who got cancelled in 2017 for accusations of molestations by young ladies in California, and were sent to Coventry, as it were. So, and quite why they've chosen him, who he had.
If you've never been to Coventry, by the way, and you understand why the saying "sent to Coventry" it really is appropriate.
I wonder.
Sorry if you're watching from Coventry.
Yeah, there must be. I'd love to know what the derivation of that.
I'm going to have to look that bugger because now I'm going to have to look it up because I've got that kind of mind, but I don't know why it is. But
we need Phil Dave here because he would know that. He's that sort of clever.
No. Phil Dave would pretend to know. And with his little cherubic angelic face would do some complete bullshit, and we'd be nodding along thinking, isn't he sage? He's just making it up.
I think he's quite clever.
Phil is brilliantly clever, and the trick is he never lets on how clever he is. That's why he's done so well. He's really
he is.
Oh, I love this, Ian. No, Melania, don't clean that button. Too late.
Oh dear. Anyway, enough. If I go to see Melania, which I am,
no. The answer to your next question is I don't think even I could.
Well, I'm not going to pay for it. Let's put it that way, because I can get free tickets Monday to Wednesday because I'm a BAFTA voter. So I might sneak in, but I don't think I'm actually going to spend my own hard-earned money on it. So if I see,
I don't like her. I think she looks sensational. I just don't want to sit through a cinema. No. I mean, I just don't.
No. Okay.
Oh,
so
hang
now
on. Hang on. No, hang on. Hang on. François, come up. Being sent to Coventry is a British idiom meaning to deliberately ostracize, ignore, or refuse to speak to someone. Usually as a form of social punishment or bullying, it involves treating the individual as if they did not exist. However, the key question here, François Mabel, is why Coventry? I understand the meaning of it. I just don't understand why they picked that city.
Right. Russ, could you please pronounce her name correctly?
Françoise.
No, Françoise. Not Francois. That's the French name. That's the boy's name. If you put an E after the S, you then put the hard ending on it, which is Françoise. Okay? Just so you know. My French degree comes in
losing the
useful
will
for
to
something.
live here. Look at my
Oh,
little
look.
Ray. Look who's on my desk, my little bubby.
Gorgeous.
Anyway, yes, it is Françoise. My apologies to you.
Very good. Just on her
Je suis
behalf.
très désolé. Hey, yesterday, Françoise would have been proud of me because yesterday I was back at a crematorium that I go to a lot now,
Yes.
and it turns out that the lady run what we call the chapel assistant. She is very French, très French. So I thought I'd get on a good side, Françoise, and I brushed up on my French. So when I rocked up yesterday for the second time in like 2 days or so, I spoke to her in French.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Right. Very good.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Hoo-ha!
Okay.
I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot. Well, no. It's the most unexpected thing when you're in a crematorium. And this one's particularly. I find it very bleak, and I look on the bright side of these things. But I do find this place particularly. I find it very bleak, and you don't expect to see some sort of very sophisticated French woman. Russ, how are you today? I'm fine. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Françoise.
Indeed.
Oh,
Very good indeed.
I'm doing my best.
Right.
What else have you seen? Is anything decent on? I see they've got all of the whole of the Poirot is on net. You know I'm a Poirot nut. All of Poirot's on Netflix now. All of it.
Oh, now that I didn't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
There you go.
I was a Poirot fan. Haven't seen it for years, but
I watch it all the time.
Right. Now I'm going to talk about something that I hope it's not going to put people off tuning back in next week.
Of course not. They come to see you. They flock.
They don't.
They
But
do.
I don't normally
Trust
talk
me.
about.
Trust me, they do.
I don't normally talk about porn.
Yes.
But
What, you come across something on OnlyFans, have you? You're starting an OnlyFans site. Is that what it is? Jesus, what a time to just break the news. Give me some warning.
No, I'm going to talk about something that has been described as porn adjacent.
Porn adjacent?
Listen, you've got to be down with the cool kids to know about this show.
I'm there. I'm with the kids.
Right.
You know me.
Okay. The show that is taking the world by storm at the moment is a 6-part series that was commissioned for
called Up the Khyber.
No, for a channel in Canada. It's now been picked up by HBO and it is on Sky over here. And it is called Heated Rivalry. And for those that have never watched anything about Canadian ice hockey, this is the show to watch. It is literally
that's my number one big hobby, Canadian ice hockey.
The only thing that anybody is talking about. And apparently it appeals to all sorts of communities, which is why I thought I just ought to mention it.
Sorry, what's this got to do with pornography?
Well, there is so much gay sex in this, gay male sex, that it has become it's literally a phenomenon in terms of how many people are watching it and how much chat there is around in social media, mostly because they're saying that it's not just gay guys watching this series about two rival players. One is Russian and one is a Canadian, and that they play in opposite teams. And because ice hockey in Canada, nobody's out.
It's a religion. It's a religion.
And they're all super macho, and nobody.
Oh my God, are they ever?
Clearly, this drama is based on the idea that two of the players are.
Oh, I thought it was a documentary. It's not real.
No, it's a drama. These two players very much under the counter pain.
Is it called? I've got the title. Is it called Puck Off?
No, it's called Heated
Rivalry.
Heated.
I'm hearing about this for the first time.
That was funny. No, that was funny. It's called Heated Rivalry. But it has been taken up by lots of girls, both straight and gay girls, and the gay community. And whether straight guys watch it, I don't know or not. But nobody.
I think I'll give it a bit of a swerve if you don't mind. But go on. Not really my cup of tea, but
I'm just saying.
I'm the only person in the world never to see Brokeback Mountain. Not for me. I know it's great. I know it's wonderful.
Will be
Just don't
bigger.
fancy it.
This is already as bigger than Brokeback Mountain.
Good God, is it?
It's a cultural phenomenon, which is why I thought I had to mention it.
You
It's
do.
not porn. It is porn adjacent. But as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and maybe before that, the amount of sex in films, the amount of violence in films is going up. And this is just, another example of that happening in big brassy TV shows. Yeah. So there you are. If you overhear people on the tube talking about heated rivalry, this is what they're talking about. So there's a lot of ice hockey, but there's also a lot of other stuff going on. I mean, it's just,
how are the Canadians? Because
I sat there and flashed when I watched it.
In Canada, joking aside, ice hockey is over here. It's meaningless. It's nothing. I mean, it's like tiddlywinks. Over there, it is an absolute religion. And the greatest drummer of all time, Neil Peart, the drummer with Rush, who sadly passed away just a very few years ago, he did the music and the percussion for the Canadian ice hockey theme on television. That's how much of a religion it is. It's like getting Bruce Springsteen to do Match of the Day. I mean, that's the kind of level we're talking about. And Ian in Surbiton, don't anyone search my computer history for the adjacent stuff. Ian, that is a belter. That is a belter. That is fantastic.
Dear. Anyway,
so it's like Bridgerton, but with blokes getting their kit off, is it?
Well, yes, I think it is. But this is the phenomenon: is that lots of gay girls and lots of straight girls are loving it, which is
why they're seeing blokes with their kit off.
Audience figures have gone through the roof.
Okay, well, there you go. It's, whether you like it, whether you don't, give the people what they want. Panem et circenses. Look, it's worked for thousands and thousands of years. Panem et circenses. Bread and circuses. Give the people what they want. That's what they want.
Really? I've never heard that phrase before.
What? Are you serious?
No, you're absolutely serious.
The whole basis of the whole basis of the Colosseum was to keep the population of Rome docile. So if you give them great entertainment and they see a huge bloodletting and revolt, I mean, just horrible shit that you and I makes our stomachs turn, right? You're giving the people what they want: bread and circuses. As long as they've got food in their tummy and something to watch, they'll be happy. Which is why every government of this country, ever since time immemorial, has done its best to support football. Why do you think they do it?
Okay, so you get no uprisings. You get a lot of uprisings in heated rivalry.
Oh God!
But you don't see them.
You don't see them. You're assuming, are you?
Yeah.
What are you assuming? Duvets are just flying around. What the hell's going on?
Oh dear. Anyway, I think I better tell you about something slightly less edgy.
Heated rivalry. Okay.
That's it.
I know immediately two people are going to be watching. I know exactly. Okay. Anyway, go.
I have to say,
move on. It's all going to go horribly wrong.
No, I'll move on. Move on.
Thank God.
The new thriller on Prime that everybody's talking about is called Steel with Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner, who was in Game of Thrones.
She was in Game of Thrones. The tall,
pretty blonde.
She married. Didn't she marry somebody famous and it went south? Didn't she marry one of the?
Hang on, she did.
Yeah, she married. Oh God, what the hell?
If
there's brothers, there's some fake.
A Jonas brother.
That's it. She married Nick Jonas, I think.
She married a Jonas.
I have no idea who Nick Jonas is. I just know the name.
Well, I think what they do. I think came to one of my parties in LA.
Of course he did. What, in Wandsworth?
No, not Wandsworth. You silly.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Well, last time I was there, I went, she's a very attractive. Who was that? I'm not going to say who it is. Don't worry. I said, who's that? I know that face. And you went, it's so-and-so. I went, oh, my God. Expecting to see her there. Yes, anyway, there we go.
Anyway, so it's called Steel And it's had a lot of money spent on it. It's got a very, very nice young actor in whose work I didn't really know, called Jacob Fortune Lloyd, who's a clever boy from somewhere North Londonish, London boy who went to Oxford, read English.
I like him.
Very beautiful face. But anyway, Sophie Turner works in a pension management firm, and not much goes on in pension management.
This sounds exciting so far.
In the city, but she does have a beautiful office, but she's one of the sort of worker ants.
Yep.
And basically, the clue is in the title, because somebody comes along and steals £4 billion. And she is central to this story. Then along comes this lovely young actor who plays the part of the copper, who you like. And he gets more involved than he should, and I'm not going to tell you how. And it's a 6-parter, and it rattles through.
Oh, good. Okay.
So there's a lot of really, really good stuff. Very well acted. Really good script. Didn't really know much about the production company, other than I recognise the name of one of the people who'd made it, who used to be a researcher on Through the Keyhole 35 years.
What kind of people steal £4 billion? Chantal, the clues are there as we go through the keyhole.
Indeed. So, but it's worth watching. It's a 6-parter. I rattled through it.
I've seen the adverts.
Yeah, no adverts, because I watch it on Prime.
No. I've seen the posters.
Oh, you've seen the adverts. I'm sorry.
The advertising for it.
Yeah. It's good. It's definitely worth sticking with. And it's called Steel, and it's on Prime. So
that sounds all right. The other, I've been watching. What have I been watching? It's pathetic. Grantchester, which I like.
Lovely Grantchester.
I like Grantchester. He's really good. Robson Green.
I love Robson Green.
And Jerome Flynn is
I think I've run away with
fantastic actor. Jerome Flynn. Oh my God, he was in a thing called Ripper Street. If you ever catch up that series, wow, what a with Matthew McFadden. That is tremendous. What else have I been watching? That bugger all. I was so bored. I started watching Good Ship Murder. You know, on Channel 5, that nonsense with the bloke off X Factor. It's nice. It's, you put your mind in neutral, and it's fine. And it's got the very nice actress who is the landlady from Coronation Street, except she's completely different in this. She's
okay, right.
So the ship's captain, I think she's the ship's captain or something. And in Corrie, she's behind the bar with the world's most horrible mother-in-law on the planet, who used to be in Father Ted. She played the housekeeper in Father Ted.
That's right. Oh, she did. Pauline McGlynn.
I don't know. But she's the most ghastly character in Corrie, and I wish they'd get rid of her, please.
Oh, dear. Sorry about that.
Please. Although I got excited.
Yes.
I agree with you. I got excited because Theo and Carl had a set 2 in the street. And
Did
both
they?
utter shits. And I was really hoping they would beat the crap out of each other, but it didn't happen.
Oh dear. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, not my program, really.
No, nor mine. I've gone right off it because they've changed the format. They've put it on for half an hour. It's like it's on every night, which drives me insane. And the storylines are shocking.
Oh, that's such a pity.
Shocking. It all built up to Corriedale. It all built up,
yes.
And it was doing really nicely. And now, I don't know what's gone. I don't know how it happens. If we had time, I'd ask you, because it's a mess. The acting's gone off the boil. The scripts are terrible. The plot lines are risible.
Oh dear, I'm sorry about that.
I'm with Françoise Pascal. Yes. I've been watching old episodes of Miss Marple, although it, of course, in your case, should be Hercule Poirot. This is how bored I have been. Je suis ennuyé aussi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I just work. Okay. I can't find anything to get into. Now I will. Steel. I'm liking the sound of that.
Steel is good. I don't think you'll be able to get back into season 3 of Shrinking because you haven't got Apple, have you?
No.
It is really good. I mean, Apple gave us Ted Lasso, and this is rather sentimental in the same way. It's Harrison Ford plays the part of a psychiatrist, with a psychiatrist based in either LA or San Francisco, can't remember which, and he and his partners. So Jason Segel is a writer, but also one of the other actors in it. Brett Goldstein, who I completely adore, is a sort of character who comes in and goes out. But it's sort of it's beautiful. It's, it's like you laugh and you cry. It's a laugh cry experience. Okay. Beautifully sentimental. Some people will think too schmaltzy. I think it's just adorable. It's
I like sentimental stuff.
So well acted.
Yeah.
And this series. Yep. And he now at this stage, he is at the end of his career, or just about at the end of his career.
I know that feeling.
He has Parkinson's, and that's
I don't know that feeling, thank God. Oh God.
But actually, one of the things that I picked up on was that he has a couple of hallucinations in this episode. It's only the first episode that's out. Yeah. And he talks about hallucinations being part of the suite of symptoms of
God, really?
Parkinson's. Again, which I didn't know at all, but it's rather interesting because it's the way that they introduce a very clever character into it, because he plays the part of one of the scenes that is from an hallucination. Anyway, but it's cleverly done, and it's a beautiful series. But they're only dropping them 1 week at a time, and it's on Apple. And if you have never seen it, go back, get Apple, and watch all 3 series all at once, because it's just lovely.
And the other thing, which seems to be Marmite, I know you got to go. The other thing which seems to be Marmite is the Night Manager, series 2, the Night Manager. I'm loving it because Hugh Laurie is sensational.
Bad about the Night Manager, yeah.
Hugh Laurie is just so terrifying.
He is truly terrifying.
I mean, really, you forget. Oh, it's lovely old cuddly Hugh Laurie. You think he's going to come out the screen and punch you in the face. He's so scary.
He is scary, and he portrays evil incredibly well,
as many comics can. But there's a scene, I'm not going to spoil it, and the producers must have said, we've tried to make him sympathetic, and we're just going to play with the audience. And there's one scene, I'm not saying what it is, in case you haven't seen it.
No, I have.
He does something, and you think, oh God, that is just one of the most heartless, brutal, horrible things I've ever seen in a mystery show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Stinks.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but I think generally the critics are pretty positive. But I'm loving it anyway, so there we are.
Hey, and I'm just going to answer this before you go. Kimmy Lashmar, Madame Blanc, dreamt up by Sally.
Not Wainwright. No, it wasn't Sally Wainwright. It was not Webster.
No, it's the other one. The lady who plays the lead, it's her show. Sally Lindsay, that's it. Sally
Lindsay, exactly.
Her show, she produced it. She came up with the whole thing. Bravo to her.
I know, good for her.
Good for her. Sally Lindsay, thanks, Kimmy. Yeah, Sally, just terrific. Good for them. Good for them. You know, it takes a lot to get a show and make it popular. Good for her. So it's lovely. Anyway, merci beaucoup.
De rien.
God willing, next week. Thank you so much. As always. Yes. À bientôt. Thank you. And that's it. We've somehow managed to struggle and stagger through another week on the Midday Show. Neil Longuilong and myself will be back on Monday. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to try and get at least 40 winks because this is ridiculous. I'm beginning to hallucinate myself. Until Monday, take care. And remember, no hurty words. Bye, everybody.